Hey guys, Coach Jason, hope you're doing well. So my last two videos, I went over a 4-week taper, how to effectively taper for 4 weeks for a 5K, and how to effectively taper for 4 weeks for a 10K. Today, I'm going to go over how to effectively taper for, over 4 weeks for a marathon. And my next video is going to be how to do it for a half marathon. So if this part of training is important to you, and if you're a coach or an athlete, you just want to learn more about stuff, and you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, make sure you do so. Hit that subscribe button and hit that notification next to it so you don't miss my next videos that are going to be coming out. You have access to about 100 videos when you subscribe to my channel as well. Fully detailed training programs, all different kinds of great running content. So make sure you take a look. And take a look in the description down below. I'll put my taper videos and a couple other videos that are very, very relevant to helping you or helping your athletes get much better. Okay? So with that, I'm going to go over a 4-week taper. I have my training book here. This is how I generally do it. And the reason why I have a 4-week taper instead of like a 2-week drastic one is because periodization. I believe in periodization. I'm a firm component and believer of it. And the general consensus behind it, or just the science behind it, is it takes 21 to 28 days for the body to adapt to a new training stimulus, whether you're going up or going down. So if you're increasing volume or intensity, switching to a different method of, different type of focus for that next 4-week block, it's important that you give the athletes a chance to adapt. Flip side, it's the same important. It's also important that you give them a chance to adapt going downward. So instead of the way, at least this is how I recommend and how I do it. And I've done this for over 20 years with a lot of success with athletes from the high school, college, and post-college level. I drop it down to about the goal volume for 4 weeks, and then let the athletes adapt instead of dropping, 10% or something each week. In which case, it doesn't give you or your athletes a chance to kind of adapt to the decreasing volume that changes every week. So you're undergoing a change every week and not having enough time to adapt to it. And the last thing you want to do, particularly for a marathon, is be kind of off rhythm on a race day. It's not like a 5K where you can come back next week and do it again. Marathons are different. You have to be as precise as possible, which is why I recommend this. Okay, so with that, 4 weeks out. Okay. I'm going on a Tuesday, Friday workout schedule. Well, yours is different. It's totally fine. But I'm going on a Tuesday, Friday to kind of keep it easy. So the Tuesday workout is 2 sets of 10 by 400. Okay, with a minute recovery after the rep and a 4-minute recovery after the set, or in between the sets. The first set's at 10K pace. The second set's at 5K pace, concurrent to your current fitness. Okay. The reason why I have them short, this particular one, is because what I have a lot of athletes do, if they haven't run a half marathon like 5 to 6 weeks out from their marathon, their goal marathon, I have them do a simulation run 5 weeks out of about 14, 15, 16 miles. Really depends on their experience and fitness level, what kind of volume they're running, and so on and so forth. So this is contingent upon that simulator happening the week prior. And generally, when you run a longer race or do a long type of simulation, stuff like that, it's a really, really good idea to do something short and sweet as the following workout afterward. Okay, to kind of get zip back into the legs, help improve the recovery or speed up the recovery. So that's why it's short and sweet. So that's my Tuesday workout. My Friday is the last 20-mile long run. Okay, and 10 of it is steady, at a steady pace or easy to steady. And I either do 9 or 10 progression. Okay, you can either do a 9 or 10 mile progression going from steady to marathon pace, or if you're fit enough, you can do 9 or 10 miles at marathon pace, which you should be at this point. Okay, and this gets you used to running marathon pace towards the end of a run and not the beginning of a run, so you know what it feels like. Okay, if you do 9, it's an easy mile jog. If you do 10, you just walk a little bit afterward. Okay, but it's a 20-mile long run. I essentially call it half and half. Half of it's a bit slower than marathon pace, half of it is either at or nearing marathon pace. Okay? 3 weeks out. Tuesday workout. 3 by 2 mile. Okay? With a 3-minute recovery. The first one is at marathon pace. The second one's at half marathon pace. The third one's a little bit faster than half marathon pace. Between half marathon and 10K pace. So progressively faster. Okay? 3-minute recovery. Friday workout. 17-mile long run. I cut it back. Okay? 8 easy to steady, 8 miles easy to steady, and then 8 miles at goal marathon pace minus 5 seconds. So if your goal is, let's say, 3:30 and you want to run 8 minutes per mile, okay, the week prior you're hitting at 8 minutes per mile. If you're running marathon pace, you're looking to run about 7:55 per mile, so slightly faster, okay, and then the last mile's easy. All right. week 2, or 2 weeks out. 5 times a mile. Okay, and this is at about 10 or 11 days out. Okay, around there, 12 days out. 5 times a mile at your VO2 max with a 3-minute recovery. So these are almost a minute faster than your goal marathon pace, or close to it. And I'll give you some videos down below on how to structure training workouts based on your goal and your current fitness, how to set the right training paces, and all that stuff. So make sure you take a look at them. Okay. And then the weekend workout, of the Friday or the Saturday, long run is 14 miles. This is the last long run before the marathon. So it's 14 miles long run, 7 miles, nice and easy, steady, and then 6 miles of it is at marathon pace minus 10 seconds. So again, if your goal is 3:30, which is 8 minutes, now you're looking to run 7:50s. This should not be a problem. Okay, and then the last mile, nice and easy. Okay, and then race week, Tuesday workout, light workout, 5 by 800 meters. Okay, with a 2-minute recovery. Okay, at marathon pace to about half marathon pace. So not really that intense, but it's something to keep you in a rhythm of going hard twice per week. And obviously the race that weekend is your goal marathon. Okay, so you see this cycle. There's a lot of marathon pace stuff. Okay, particularly in the long run. I don't know if you notice too. If you look at my other taper videos, the key workout of the week is generally in the beginning of the week, the Tuesday workout. But since it's the marathon, I have it towards the end of the week because it's so long run. And the focus of the long run, particularly towards the last 8 or 10 weeks of the training cycle, is really, really important to simulate your marathon as much as possible. But that's why the key workout for me, and how I generally recommend it for my athletes, is the longer one at the end of the week. Okay, and again, you modify it as how you feel it's appropriate for yourself and your athletes. But this is a taper that I've used. I modify for certain people. Some people need 500s, 300. That really depends. 1 minute hard, 1 minute easy. There's a lot of different ways you can do it. I've done cut downs, 3 times at 5K to 4 by 2 mile to 6 by a mile. I've done cut downs like that as well. It really depends on everybody's experience, okay, and fitness level and the type of volume and what they're training for. So let me know what you think of this taper. I wanted to keep it consistent. That's the key. It's a consistent block of training, not making any crazy adjustments. Okay, and if you're training for a 3:30, and let's say you're running 60 miles a week, and you were planning on cutting it back to about 40, instead of going maybe 60, 55, 50, 48 to 40, you could drop it down 45 to 40 and just keep it there for the 4 weeks. Let the legs freshen up. Let them come behind you and finish up your block of training. And that way you'll be as fresh and rested as possible, and while staying in rhythm. Hopefully you catch your marathon on the upswing instead of the downtrend. So if you enjoyed this, hit the thumbs up. Please let me know what you think either way. If you have feedback of your own, things that you use, put them in the comments down below. I learn from you guys and gals as much as you learn from me. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. I want to try to make this into one of the best running channels out there. And I'm speaking from 20+ years experience as a former competitor and a coach at all the levels. I'm also USATF certified, and I'm certified by the Whartons for musculoskeletal flexibility and active isolated stretching. So I'm here to keep you healthy and help you run fast. So be well, be safe, train hard. Talk to you soon.